Hello and thank you all for watching. And this is a lunar month report happening on May 18th. The lunation is in 26 degrees 55 minutes in Taurus. The Sabian symbol by Rujar is an old Indian sells trinkets of his tribe to passerbys. Dominant Pacific adaptation to collective needs. The previous degree staggered and impetuous Spanish. With this one, on the contrary, we feel calm and smile of this old Indian offering traditional products of his tribal culture. And as a Spanish lover, she lives in a culture that has underpinned their activity throughout his long life, finding peace and inner joy. The new moon, May 18th of 2015, at 4 Universal Time, 14 minutes. The lunation in the energy of Taurus is a yin sign, fixed Earth. Lunation is opposite to Saturn, retrograde in Sagittarius. Venus, a master of this lunar month, opposes Pluto. A lunation at the end of Taurus. It is a sign that helps us keep out of the feet on the ground to connect us to the earth and the nature to appreciate the simple joys of the good things in life. And that prepares us to gently tuck in the energy impulse of Gemini. Venus, the master of the lunar month, is in Cancer. Very soft and tender indeed. It goes ahead, but in need of protection because she needs the emotional security. Not easy to find with the opposition of Pluto. She's already preparing the demotion. She will be in the sign of Leo from July 25th to September 6th of 2015. Anyways, in terms of the current moment, the beautiful crescent trine to Neptune in water signs is a fine search of this half orange. May 19th, Mercury retrogrades in Gemini. What a breath of fresh air since Mercury is in the sign back on the 1st of May. We felt lighter for the 3 weeks. Some reflections may resurface over mobility, adapting to a new lifestyle, new habits related to difficulties of fears, dazzling intuitions, premonitions, dreams, informations will happen to us in many ways. It will translate among the appointments missed or canceled, visits at the last moment. At worst, the sign of Gemini, it may be based on lies, hassles on the appearance, at least in misleading. At best, it can be the conscious implementation of certain dualities that will allow us to get out of the soulmate's complicity. Until the end of June, it is both Mercury trying the North Node and square to Neptune. A bit like an intellectual excitement, it will take control to avoid dispersion or confusion. While there may be some blurring Neptunian energies, it can also be an intuitive side. That will bear fruit in a favorable future. Caution still immutable signs into play that can accentuate the nebulous side and disrupt the trials. May 21st, the Sun enters Gemini and joins in with Mercury and Mars that preceded it, as if it were little wings on his heels. He'll want to multiply contacts, travels, information, and learning. More, Saturn is in opposite. What obstacles will occur? What contempts will intervene? What impediments? What illegalities? Maybe because the Saturn is in Sagittarius, and when laws are proposed in relation, in particular, to the reform of college education, corresponds to the axis of Gemini. Sagittarius can be a law passed. Sagittarius, of course, can be the implementation. Without arguing about a subject close to heart and to expand the subject, it could also be facing in this axis for social impotence, a feeling of being blocked or physical with an impression of immobilism. May 30th, the Sun is made in inferior conjunction with Mercury. On this aspect, the Sun is also a mercurial demotion. This is a time while Mercury is in retrograde. The Prometheus into a new cycle begins. It is a new Mercury. The mind will search for new values, but they are internal to the end of this downgrade. Still needs to mature them. Mercury resumes its direct walk in the night of June 11th to the 12th. On a collective level, Jupiter is right staggered with Pluto. It is a descending, staggering calling needed for treatment, regeneration, and transformation. In-depth work is needed after the awareness of a malfunction. This is a third passage of something that began in the late summer of 2014. The creative spirit of this energy's improvement can be achieved now that Jupiter has resumed its direct march in Leo. And this is especially since Jupiter will make a growing trine with Uranus. Here to the cycle it began that's on at the end of summer of 2014, the fire signs that combined strength, sense of initiative, ambition, and creativity. A nice aspect that may also be on a personal level, causing great opportunities, provided that they remain measured and calm, and the fire if it becomes too intrusive. Saturn, this is in Saturn in Sagittarius. He still chanted some attitudes, whether individual or collective, in this retrograde phase. Number one, it is out of the waning square to Neptune, the second time, and we push to let go, yet since the return there in November. He finished his sesqui square, Uranus decreasing, but will return in October. It forms the lunation at 108 degrees right with Jupiter, which is precisely his master in Sagittarius. His messages with the diminishing aspect break with old structures, with which certainly brought a comfortable life but did not lead to the opening of consciousness. Autumn will come with new directions, and we really need it. Yet, all this time to discover the real obstacles in ourselves. The aspect of a 108 degrees at stake confirms that it is indeed a dialogue with the soul, to reconnect physically and mentally with the universe. Conclusion, the Black Moon Lilith in Virgo averages is always. We must take the opportunity to put some more order in what can be likened around us to chaos and confusion. Virgo is critical in his desire to perfectionism. It can also help us sort and purify to clean up what should be. In the very next emotion, Mercury will give it a serious helping hand. This lunation date, 18 plus 5 plus 2015, gives 31 or equals down to 4. The Emperor concrete character, the Emperor card, concrete character realistic with the image of the Taurus lunation. It is a confident man, prerogatives, a serious family head, and aware of its responsibilities, a conductor anxious to establish order and harmony, a bit like what Jupiter in Leo would resume his direct running, especially with a harmonious aspect, including with the axis of the lunar nodes, can bring new objectives and a positive attitude to rebates that causes both material and personal. Thank you all for watching. This has been the lunar month of May 18th, 2015. Thank you for watching.